Hi everyone, really good to see you. Where are we today? We're in the wonderful Chinatown. And why have we come here? Because loads of you said, Gary, you've got to try this restaurant. By all accounts, the staff in there are the rudest staff in the whole of the country. Really? You want me to go there? Now, some of your recommendations are absolutely fantastic. This one I'm not so sure about. Where are we going? We're going to Wong Kei. Wong Kei? Wong Kei? Something like that, Wong Kei. Now, on TripAdvisor, there's loads of comments in there sort of saying this is a dreadful restaurant. Not for the food though. Now the other thing about it, it's Cantonese. It's over 5 floors. I think 500-seater restaurant, so it's a big restaurant. The other thing about it is it's one of the cheapest here in Chinatown. Now I have eaten here twice. I went to a restaurant just over there, which is called Gerard's Corner. That was interesting because I actually had to pay for the meal and pay for the service charge before I had anything. Now this could be quite difficult to film, so you've got to bear with us a little bit here. As always, I'm not too sure actually. Yeah, as always, let's give it a go. Very strange recommendation, guys. Okay, just having a quick look outside here. A couple of interesting things. No service charge, got to give a thumbs up to that. Free Chinese tea. Cash only. Why would it be cash only? We all know. Come on then. Okay, so I've come inside. I've got to say, as soon as I walked in, the chap was so polite. Hello there, where would you like to sit? Up here, sat here in the corner, perfect. Then, straight away, Bosch, tea, put some tea in there, and the menu. The only thing is, give me the menu and 30 seconds later, what would you like to eat? So I've ordered. Now they've got a fantastic range of starters, soups, seafood dishes, chicken dishes. I'm going to go for some duck today. Hot roast duck with plum sauce off the bone, and that's £16. Do you know what I also fancy? I fancy something a little bit hot and spicy. So I'm going to go for their sambal chicken. That is £12.80. I've already been warned, that is very, very hot. Be very careful when you order that because this is very, very spicy. I said, no problem at all. I might regret that a bit later. And then I'm going to go for the beef noodles, and that's £8.90. Oh, and some egg fried rice. Got to have some egg fried rice. So that's £4.50. Now, first impressions, I think the staff are very polite in it, or not polite, they're a little bit abrupt, but yeah, no issue there. I've got my tea, so I can't complain. I'll see you when the food arrives. It's quite interesting, the lady came over just then and said, you've ordered a lot. You are aware it's cash only? I said, yeah, it's no problem. But you are aware you have ordered a lot. I said, yeah, you have the cash. I have the cash. What do they do with all this cash? Very strange. Or is it? Okay, let's see when the food arrives. Well, the food's arrived. Only about 5-10 minute wait there for it. I've got my sambal chicken, my duck off the bone with a separate plum sauce, my beef chow mein, and a mountain of rice. First impressions, that's a nice portion, isn't it? No issue on the portion. Now, it's all about the flavours and the taste. Where am I going to start? You've got to start with the duck. I don't know if I've said it before, but apologies, it is very loud in here, so I'm trying to speak up to try and hide the noise behind me. So, take a first look at that duck. Now, duck itself, really like the flavour of the duck. What I don't actually like is the skin too much. It's quite fatty. On this side, it's crispy. Now, I haven't ordered crispy aromatic duck, I know that. But I do like a crispness to it, to the duck. Quite literally, I think that brings out more flavour. Now, oh my God, that's a big piece. Excuse my fingers. Now, let's try it with the plum sauce. Lots of plum sauce on there. And you've always got to have plum sauce with duck, especially Chinese duck. And again, with duck, it's the fruitiness that you need. So you have duck a la orange and a duck with plum sauce, and obviously that's what I've got here. Really like the flavour of that duck. It's moist. It's just the fat content on the outside. I just prefer that to be done just that little bit more. It's more palatable when you're eating it. But overall, it's not bad duck. I'm actually going to go for the sambal chicken last because obviously that's going to be really spicy. So let's try some of the chow mein here. I don't have all that, do I? Let's just put some of that in the bowl. There. Now that's better. Making a bit of a pig's ear of this as usual. I can't have all that. I'm going to have all that. If you take a close up on that chow mein, unfortunately, it's a little bit greasy. No, that is greasy. Nothing wrong with that beef though. Beef is nice and tender, but if you like, a lot of grease coming out of that. So that's a little bit disappointing. If you like, my mouth here at the moment, got to have a bit of tea. Yeah, definitely need some tea. I'm not sure I'd order that again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dive into the sambal. Hot and spicy, she said. You sure? You sure you want to have it? I'm telling you now, this is going to be spicy. I have been warned. On the sambal chicken, you can see a lot of chilies in there. Onions. Lost my chicken now. Onions. Green beans. Let's see what it tastes like. After doing the fowl challenge, my God, that is actually really hot. Oh, she wasn't kidding. She said it's going to be very hot, and guess what? It doesn't disappoint. But that's a nice heat. Excellent punch with the onion, and again with the fine beans. Well, actually, it is really biting back at me, but that's my own fault. She did say to me, look, it's going to be really hot and spicy, and it is hot and spicy, but not too hot and spicy. This isn't a vindaloo hot from a curry house or anything. A lot of heat. Right, what I'm going to do is going to put a little bit of a combination into the bowl here with the rice. And yeah, what I'm interested in doing is trying this side of the duck because the skin's a lot crispier. So let me just get organised and I'll see you guys shortly. Now, keeping in theme, no one's actually come over and said, is everything okay? How's the meal going? It's kind of like, bang, we're in, we're out. The other thing I've got to say, I think that they're not abrupt. They just want you in. They want you in, wash, have your meal, dinner straight away. But that's only my opinion. Now this is the crispier side of the duck. Again, I put it with the plum sauce and the egg fried rice. I prefer that mild better. The crispiness, sort of, if you like, the fat's rendered down a bit more, a lot more flavour in them. Goes so fantastically well with that plum sauce, as I said earlier. Now I want to try some of this sambal chicken. But one thing is interesting here, if you take a look, nothing comes up with any serving spoons. So, yeah, hence the reason why I was having to dive in with my fingers there. So, the sambal chicken again. One thing I did learn when I've done the foul challenge, so many of you recommended and said, you've got to have it with rice, because the rice will bring down the heat. And that's exactly what's happened there. The heat, there's still big heat there, but it has calmed it right down. So again, fantastic recommendation, guys. As I said earlier, it's that sauce. With the heat in that sauce, it does make you want to go back and go back. So certainly not offensive in any way. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to carry on, plough my way through it. The only disappointment really is that chow mein. Everything else, full of flavour. There is loads of flavours coming through. I'm glad I had the sambal chicken last, because obviously that sort of clouds the palate for everything else. But yeah, I'm quite impressed. In fact, I'm very impressed. Not with that, obviously. With these two guys. Yeah. Oh, by the way, the rice, perfect rice. I think I'm going to avoid that guy. Chili oil. I mean, that looks fiery, doesn't it? Come on. Got to try some, haven't I? It's there in front of me. No? Yep. Avoid chili oil. My God, Riley, that is very hot. And you also got some soy there. I do some stupid things, don't I? It's there in front of me, and I was like, well, shall I try it? Shall I not try it? Yeah, you'd want me to try it. Crikey. That's hotter than the sambal. Okay, we'll let things cool down, and I'll see you shortly. Overall impressions of the staffing, though? No, they're not attentive. They're certainly not rude. I've got to tell you, actually, very quickly, a silly little story. Read it online as I came in. Someone was sitting just literally behind the cameraman where the toilets are. And so we don't want to sit here at the toilets, we're not happy. Can we change table? So again, no problem at all. Get outside, you can sit outside. They don't care, I'm telling you, they really don't care. Bit of theatre, isn't it? Okay, see you shortly. Me and the cameraman just having a little chat here. Does it ruin a meal? If it's a fantastic meal and the service isn't good, does it ruin it for you? Or if you have a average meal, if you like, and the service is fantastic, does it elevate it? Really interested to hear your comments on that. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get that chow mein to take away, because I think I can actually do something with that and get some more noodle in there and just take away the greasiness. So I'd be interested to see how accommodating they are. Are they going to say, yeah, no problem at all, or going to be no chance? So we'll see that shortly. This, I'm going to tuck into. So, got the bill here. It's not an itemised bill, it's just a round number. What do you think? I asked, any chance of having the chow mein to take away? Yeah, no problem at all. Bang, came down. Done it. And I actually put the rice there, because I think I'll make a bit of a stir fry out of that. And, yeah, can't waste it. But yeah, I don't know what all the big fuss is about. Only thing I will say, it has quietened down in here. It's got very quiet. It was busy, then bang. And that's the interesting thing. This is kind of like a fast food Chinese restaurant. You're in, bang, 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 you're out. There's no hanging around. 5 minutes, food's there, then it's gone. Anyhow, what marks would you give it? See you outside. Oh, I'm getting old. So here we are, we've come outside. What's my impressions? Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to start with the service, because that's what it's all about, wasn't it? The service and the Chinese food. But the service, it was abrupt. Efficient, but abrupt. Didn't make a fuss of you, you're in, you're out. They were like, But I've got to say, from my end, I didn't mind that. Didn't mind it at all. So, no issues on the service. The food itself. Now, you take a look there. You had the duck. Some of it was a bit fatty. You saw the fat. Now, duck is fatty. I'm not stupid. But I prefer it crispier. And one side was not crispy and the other side was. So was it the best duck I've ever had? No. Was it tasty? It was moist. It was a tasty duck. Did like the plum sauce that went with that. I think you've got to, as I said, inside, you've got to have a sweet sauce going with the duck. The chow mein, the beef chow mein, no issue with the beef, but it was so greasy. That, you can see the grease there. Yeah, you sort of say it's got a nice sheen to it, but that wasn't sheen. That was just oil. That I'm going to have to work on that one. I'm going to use the rice, which was, there's no issue with the rice, egg fried rice. I'm going to put that in there and do a bit of a stir fry with it and sort of not waste it, if you like. But yeah, now the sambal chicken. She warned me. She said that's going to be really hot. Without a doubt, that's going to be spicy hot. And it was. But you're right. If you actually add rice to it, it calms it all down. It calms that heat down. I'd like the crunch of the onions in there, the fine beans as well. I like that crunch. The chicken was cooked perfectly, but it was addictive. You kept wanting to go back. You wanted to go back and back. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. Overall impression, was it the best Chinese I've ever had? No, without a doubt, no. A little bit pricey as well. And that leads me on to the bill. Now, it's not an itemised bill. £45 and 10 pence. No service charge. We're in central London here. I've got to say that's got to be the first restaurant I've been to in central London with no service charge. But in saying that, the service wasn't exceptional, as I said, wasn't bad. What marks would I give it? Wasn't the best Chinese I've ever had. Wasn't the cheapest Chinese I've ever had. I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10. A 6.5 out of 10. And again, as I asked you inside, do you need that service to go with the meal? Or do you not? Is that not the most important thing? Is it the meal that's the most important thing? As always, if you could like and subscribe to the channel, you know I always appreciate that. And if you could share the video as well to your friends and family, that would help as well. Until next time, bye-bye. It's got me takeaway.